do it because I know that's coming up.
There we go. Yeah, I lost the first part of it. All right, welcome back. Yeah, see, this is what I was trying to caution you on, Ed, is that this is kind of that whipsaw. And I guess one of the odds enhancers that y'all can use is when I'm not really confident, comfortable in my presentation, my voice, yeah, let's get in long here, let's get in short there. There's your sign, okay? That things are not exactly right and where we need them to be in order to have that environment, okay? As we're seeing it, things are still whipsaw and choppy. And notice that all that whipsaw and choppy stuff that's going on right there, okay, is just above that resistance, okay? So this has often been a sign, okay, that you could take the breakout to the downside, but we got to find that support area, and that support area is not there. So it could be a pretty substantial move to the downside. Okay. As traders, I want to really give you that visual picture of what I'm trying to describe. Okay. See, when we have that resistance area, price hitting the resistance 3 times, it breaks above, and then it starts its basing or topping pattern. The breakdown is significant, and breaking down could have a pretty significant move because we don't have the other side of that channel. Okay. And that may be caused because of of what the Fed announcement might be, okay, and what they plan to do. And the Fed rarely backs down from what they say they were going to do. They said they were going to reduce rates, okay, or sorry, not reduce rates, but they were going to increase the overnight rates, okay, which may have that impact, okay. So at this time, I'm going to drop down to a 5-minute chart on the NQ. Right now, the 5-minute chart giving me a protective stop loss up here. That's the only leg base I have. Let's look at the S&P. S&P doing basically the same thing. Dropping down to the 5-minute chart now. And we've got a nice little area to might even widen that just a little bit there. See, we're starting to see signs that things are about to crack. Okay, so taking a breakout trade below this area, we're waiting for a leg base group of candles. And that might happen throughout the lunchtime doldrums, okay? So you got the S&P 43.92, and then we'll look for a profit about 43.62. There should be about a 30 point pocket of points if we get into that, okay? Dow doing the same thing, okay? So let's drop down to the 5-minute chart. But Dow is not giving us that nice, perfect picture, okay? So we'll just have to wait on the Dow till it gets down to 34,234, 34,142. Russell. Russell, we might have it. Got 3 touches. And we look for the breakdown coming down to demand, okay? We're starting to see some pretty big drops, okay? And crude oil is also just hanging out there. Nothing really great to see on that. What I'd also like to watch is natural gas on this higher time frame. Natural gas has a breakout area above that 4.138. Right now, we're looking for a, oops. We're gonna be looking for a leg base group of candles somewhere in that area for the breakout, okay? Trend went back into the neutral territory. So we're not looking for buying. I mean, if this was gonna really get rocking, we would have seen the trend up above. We're also seeing the tick coming back down. So when the tick gets down to that extreme between 800 and 1,000 right here, okay? That's where we're going to anticipate price to intersect with a demand zone. Okay, that'll be the curve extreme. Kind of treat this as a tachometer when the markets are going to shift. Now, if price drops down into the low range of the tick, and on our equity indexes, we're dropping into that demand zone, that can be a very good little opportunity. Okay, same thing as price gets up into this extreme above, up into the positive 800, positive 1,000. Okay, there's not much room for it to push back to the upside or keep going. It's kind of like it's maxed out. We see the advancing issues over declining issues at an extreme today. And that extreme also says, hey, you could eventually see a pullback. Okay. All right. Now we just need the leg base group of candles. We're about 4 minutes away from the bottom of the hour. Since I was having some computer issues this morning, I'll stay a little bit longer if you guys are okay with that. And the recording's on for the last half of this. And okay. So I need to make up for my drawdown of 325 bucks. Okay. So I'm going to look to do that at this breakout at 4392, looking for price to come down a target range to the opposing zone. But I'm just looking to get my money back at this point. And don't we have crude oil report coming out? We'll have to go back and watch that one as well. All right, at least we got a leg candle. I still have to give this thing a lot of wiggle room. Watch out. You notice I haven't placed an order. Okay. Because we're 1 minute away from the 1030 reversal and crude oil report coming out, which may impact the markets. We often know that crude oil impacts the markets about 55 ticks. And that puts us right back in little demand zone here on this 2 minute chart. but it also shows us that we have a breakout potential as well. If we take a breakout, we're going to look for taking profit right up above that 87.64. Okay, I'm working with a really small time frame here. It is 87.27. Let me change that to MCH22. MCLH22. Okay, we got the crude oil report reaction. Now I'm gonna look for that breakout, but I'm not looking for 55 ticks to the upside here. Let's see right there. Let's bring this right there, make it fair. 87.60. So looking to go long 87.27. And stop loss. Give it a little wiggle room there. And we're looking for 87.60. So I'll look to take it if it breaks above that area. And I got a target at 87.60. Or we'll have an opportunity when price breaks back down to demand. Yeah, these are brutal. If you don't take that money really quick, I mean, there was no leg base, okay? And as we break this down even to a 1-minute chart, you could sit through some of the wiggles if you use the leg base as your protective stop area, but it's way up here. And because it wasn't right at the breakout, I couldn't take the trade, okay? Not apologizing for that, but rules have kept me a little more safe, okay? All right, so we have that. Now we have that area. We still need price to drop into demand. This one's a little more forgiving. You still have to give pretty significant risk. Unless we have a new leg base form before we break out, okay? So if I take the breakout, 14,453 would be my stop loss, okay? So are you guys starting to understand, that things are really elevated risk in this market right now, and traders are getting beat up. Is absolutely getting beat up. Try and take breakouts, getting whipsawed back and forth. The moves are pretty extreme. And the fact that we get these quick little spikes down and spikes up is also letting me know that the novice traders are there, not the big banks and institutions. Okay. Still waiting for the stop loss to be created. Okay, right now on a small time frame, I have a leg base. Now I'm waiting for a leg and a base just before price gets that breakout. So I could give you an eyeball area right there, which would be roughly about 86, 88 at this moment. That would be my current estimate. waiting for the rest of it to set up. Yeah, look at the stocks. They're all going sideways too. All right, starting to get back into that range. Still not in corn. Now, we do have the 10-year. Okay, you can see that huge level of support right in that area. Price breaks down. It's almost the same picture as what we're looking at in the equity markets right now. All right, yeah, we're gonna just have to wait for price to come to us. Let's see, we got Nasdaq. $14,352 half. Yeah, I'm just sticking with some micros on this. I placed a sell stop market at 14,352 half. Right now, the stop loss would be at 14,413. I have the right numbers. 352, okay. My gosh, that's a lot of risk.
Order filled.
All right, looking good. 8760 be that initial target. Due to market conditions, we just took took a couple micros. Go back to gold. You looking at gold for a breakout? Remember, the supply and demand zones or buy territories inside resistance and support don't often work. Okay. So I don't disagree. There could be a breakout. Okay. 1828. Just make sure that you have a leg base group of candles there so you can manage that risk. All right, one final push. Now we have banks and institutions. Once they've completed their order flow around 11 a.m. Eastern, that should be an interesting time. Now, we are trading on a day where the Fed is going to make an announcement and everybody's really waiting for it. We're seeing that these market conditions are not the best market conditions. Thanks, Marco. See you later. Safe sailing. Thanks for coming in. All right, so just kind of pins and needles waiting for the NQ. What my goal is now is just get my drawdown that I had back, okay? We also have the Dow in place. $34,234, 34,142. Russell, looking at that demand, the price is building up pretty good here. Let's see, we have a yeah, I'm just waiting for that leg base to set up. Yep, I need to adjust that stop down. What was that price? 86.88. Okay. Taking a little drawdown on that one. S&P. Yeah, when price drops like this, I mean, it can go either way. It could break back to the upside, go to the downside. Be really careful with this. Make sure your rules are in place. We do have a leg base group of candles here on a 1-minute chart. Not really a big fan of trading this small, especially with a bunch of people observing. I don't want you just to jump in and out because I'm taking the trade, okay? If you do take a breakout of this, you know, you have 4,400 and half as your protective stop loss, okay? Watching the time, especially on these quarter hours. Yep, look at the stocks. They're starting to get weak over here. That's going to give some fuel. Oh, I didn't realize I was just trading micros. Oh, well.
Order filled.
Might be better for the heartburn if I just only trade the micros. Let me adjust my stop loss up to that area. Let's give it $100. All right, monitoring the stocks. The stocks are starting to break down. Keep in mind, these are different market conditions when we're below the 200 simple moving average on a daily chart. You know, this is somewhat of a, what they would call like a bear market, okay? And with the bear market, we're not in a bear market, okay? Let's just call it a, these have some tendencies like the bear market conditions, okay? And the market conditions are very different when price is below the 200-day moving average or above it, okay? Crude oil still maintaining what's going on there, and gold may get that breakout at 1828, coming down to 1820. Yeah, just not even going to worry about these breakouts. Just going to sit and wait for a demand zone. Looks like Dow is coming right into it. And keep in mind, you have two demand zones right here. The lower one down here, okay, was done during the regular session and on higher volume. This one was formed in the overnight session. Okay. And same here, the first level of demand by territory formed during the overnight session. The lower one was formed yesterday, okay, during the regular trading hours. So if you were to be waiting for the Fed, something when price gets down to this level here may be a better opportunity, a little more safe on each one of those. Yeah, and the only challenge with the S&P is it already retested that area from yesterday. So it may want to retest a bigger zone. It's a little further to the left. But possible reaction to the Fed meeting would be price dropping into this area. Huge zone. How you guys doing today? Keeping it small? I hope what you're getting out of a lot of this is understanding the different market conditions. These are vastly different from what we saw yesterday, okay, and the day before, as far as all the volatility. As traders try to regroup, find other areas where they can start to make a trade. Nice job, Doug. You're doing better than me today. Hopefully with less tech issues as well. Yeah, the scalping, I was kind of leaning towards doing the scalping, but we haven't done we haven't done a class on that active income yet in a while for me to get everybody up to speed on that. But have you noticed that when price breaks below a support or resistance area, we're getting these little spikes and popping back and forth? Okay. That's just novice traders being, novice traders bouncing around in that. Okay. I think the banks and institutions are still on the side, just waiting for the Fed minutes to be released. Clark, as we watch, the drama of the Fed and what they come into and what they do, it can be pretty crazy market conditions. Hey, remember overnight zone? Let's just type that in there. Okay, regular session zone. Okay, crude is still working. But I'd like to, just as a small lesson right here is that, when we start looking at the crude oil right here, and we found the leg base group of candles, having that stop in the right place, even though it was pretty far away, kept us in that trade. Wow, this is just choppy stuff. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm going to have to wrap up too. We went a little bit longer because of my tech issues. I'll say about another 7 minutes. If some of you have to go, I get it. Okay, but I'm just going to hang out. If you have questions and things like that, you can always let me know. But I'll be here. Well, we'll go right to the top of the hour. Yeah, this is just beating people up. As we watch the stocks over on the left-hand side of my screen here, you see Apple, Tesla, Google, Microsoft, Facebook, Amazon. They're not moving to the upside very quickly. They're just kind of basing out also. So that same picture that you're seeing on all those stocks is relatively the same thing you're seeing on the equity index. Futures are a derivative instrument. Futures follow a cash product, okay? And the cash product that the Nasdaq futures follow are the large market cap weighted stocks, okay? These are 6 of the largest market cap weighted stocks on the NQ, okay? So on the Nasdaq and the S&P and the Russell, not the Dow, okay? S&P, Nasdaq, and Russell. The larger market cap stocks move the index more than the smaller market cap. Okay. So this is why we monitor the large market cap weighted stocks to get a good picture of that. So as we can start to see and I monitor those like on a 3-minute chart. Clark, you just haven't proved, or maybe it's my side, I haven't proved to you enough to trust me yet. Now, I don't want you to trust me. I want you to always challenge me. Okay? And I'm not asking for that trust. I'm asking you to verify the information on the price chart. Okay? Now, when you're comfortable in what you're seeing and what I'm seeing on the price chart, then things will come together. Okay? I think, if I ask Cindy to comment, you'll Cindy, if you're still in the room as well, you went through a lot of phase like that. Okay. And, it took you a while before you learned to trust what you see on the price chart and also be around the right people to help you see that. Okay. And so, Clark, that might be something you're going through. Okay. And I'll never ask for your trust on something. I want you to verify the information on the price chart and make it your own. Okay. Just take some time and get to know us. Okay. And then once you've gotten the language and the flow, you can see if I thought there was a really good trade opportunity, I wouldn't be trading the micros right now. Okay. I mean, the micros is allowing me to sit through some of these trades, whereas I would have been going nuts if it was a, couple of mini contracts. Okay. Don't discount what you're feeling. Okay. Just trust it. When the feeling's right, you'll go with it. Okay. We might need just a little bit more time for, to be around each other before you start getting that warm and fuzzy. But yeah, we can see that the market conditions are very volatile. Okay, yesterday was volatile as well. And that might be, that might make the hair on the back of your neck stand up and say, I'm going to stay away from that kind of market condition. Trust that feeling. Okay. You're also seeing that my stops are very big based on the picture we see on the price chart. Okay. And that to me says either use a micro or just stay the heck out of the way. Okay. Now put a sticky note on your computer. If you can make money on the sim, you can make money in the live account. Okay. And once you start believing that, you'll start taking trades on the simulator, and then every once in a while you take a live one. Go back to the sim. Every once in a while, take a live one. But it's about getting the feeling and understanding of the market conditions to help you put a lot of these pieces together. Okay. How we do it on crude oil? Oh, there we go. Anybody stay in the crude? Nice job, Dennis. Okay, I'm looking at that target, 87.60. And that was based off of when the oil report came out. We were looking for the reaction going back up. And that's why I'm using that 55 ticks. It did not drop into the demand zone at that 55 ticks. Okay. Crude oil just doing its thing. As we're looking for price to pop up there. Gold, Russell. Dow. Nasdaq still waiting. S&P. Still gonna wait. Remember, the first zone that we have marked right there is an overnight zone, and the lower one would be a regular session zone, okay? Well, we'll help you with those, Freddie. And I'm glad you're here. Let's look at something that's a little more fun to watch. It has green on it. All right, let's see if we can get this before we wrap up our session. Love to hit that one. Come on, crude oil, make us look good. Let me talk with Caitlin. We want to do some kind of practice sessions on Thursday, Friday. Won't be this week, but we do need some practice sessions on Thursday, Friday to work with the students. And we really want to find out what you guys want during those times, okay? And we can develop a lot of strategies, open range breakout, crude oil report, scalping or active income type trading, trading futures on a budget. I mean, we have a lot of titles. We just have to put those contents together. Okay. I remember, Lou, on any breakout trade, you must have the 3 touches. Okay. And right now with that last lower low, our 3 touches are getting pretty wide. Okay. Yeah, Caitlin right now working on a lot of marketing and putting things together for us for the smart money class, which will be a week-long class. We'll start about 2 hours before the regular or our live trading room. And then just before the live trading room, we'll jump into, we'll close down the smart money and then jump into the live trading room with everybody else, okay? And then Thursday and Friday, we do some active income and things like that, so. All right, NQ coming back for us. Now, are you getting the feel that the NQ and crude oil are correlated? Isn't the crude oil starting to come back down just a little bit? So here's your chance right now to get out of break even if that felt uncomfortable. Thanks, Marty. Yeah, the stock stuff, I think you did right, just holding off because there's not been a lot of the stock setting up. The only one that I had posted today, and see, entry point uses market trend, main trend, mid trend, and trend strength. Okay, and right now you can see in my whole list of things, we don't have a lot of trend strength to the upside, and we don't have a lot of trend strength to the downside as far as sorting. I see I have one trade, it like SNX. Okay, now this one may be a good little one to short, but then the markets are starting to go back up. Okay, so I can throw this one out to you to watch for the breakout. Your stop would be 104.80. And let me just fix this up. If you want to take the short, okay. It's off a daily chart. Okay, so what we're going to look for is the breakdown. Right there, 99.59 would be your entry. Wow, we got a good size pocket of points on this one. All right, a freebie for you. Okay. Can short below 99.62 with a target about 78.19. Stop loss at 104.80. Okay. Yep, crude oil got that little pullback in Q. Whipsawing back and forth. Okay. Now, for me, I don't like sitting in this market condition. So we're going to wrap up our session. Okay. Before you go, would you mind showing me how you did the setup on the Fib tool, the draw zones on trade system? Sure. Using your Fibonacci tool over there, just right click, format. And see, I turned off all of the other ones and I just kept 0 and 100. Extend to the right. And then you can take your labels and you can adjust to whatever font size. Mike, you can look, I mean, for Caitlin and I, it is the picture on the price chart has to be right. So, I mean, if you're trading on a 1 minute chart, you know, you have to allocate the risk reward ratio. Okay. What are you going to make on a 1 minute chart? Is it going to be worth your while? Okay. So, I mean, the picture is the same, whether we're doing a tick chart, 5 minute chart, 1 minute chart, or such. Okay. So it's all about that picture. Wow, what a brutal market. But the stocks are not going anywhere. Okay. If you're feeling emotional with these prices going up and down like this, you really need to step aside once you get a chance to break even again. Do not develop the fear of missing out. Okay. Market's going to keep trying to suck you in all day. Okay. We got to wait till that Fed meeting to come out. And then we'll have proof on where the market's going to go at that point. Okay. I'm going to wrap up our session. Everybody have a wonderful rest of the day. Watch for the Fed meeting at that time and be careful that you don't get pulled into all of this choppy stuff and then miss the good stuff. Okay. All right. Everybody have a wonderful day. Sorry for the little tech issues. We're getting those fixed right away. All right. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.